talking about a home. Talking about me and you. Things we'll do. I said a home. Not talking about a one-night stand. I wanna be your man. I said a home.
From the people who bring you Charleston Home and Design Magazine, the Charleston Home and Design Show, the Custom Home and Remodel Show, and Charleston's online home show, newhomecharleston.com, this is Talking About a Home. Talking About a Home is a home show on the radio, featuring interviews with local experts, home tips, trends, and ideas you need to know to make your home better. I'm Michael Blaze with 5 Star Real Estate, and this is Talking About a Home.
Good afternoon. I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and I want to thank you for listening to Talking About a home show on the radio. In addition to our radio show Talking About a Home, we also publish Charleston Home and Design Magazine, winner of the American Society of Interior Designers Excellence in Design Media Award, and also the American Institute of Architects Charleston Chapter's Honor Award for Journalism. You may also be familiar with the 3 custom home shows we organize: the Charleston Home and Design Show, which takes place every January, Charleston's only open-air home show, which takes place every April at Family Circle Cup Stadium on Daniel Island, and the Custom Home and Remodel Show and Hurricane Expo, which is coming up August 16th through the 18th at the Citadel's Johnson Haygood Stadium. And today's radio show is coming to you from 84 Lumber, and 84 Lumber is one of the sponsors of the Custom Home and Remodel Show, and over the last few weeks we've been visiting all of the different sponsors of the Custom Home and Remodel Show. And thanks to 84 Lumber for hosting today's radio show. Also, so we're going to be talking to Kenny Sang with 84 Lumber, also Brad Hilfrink with Creature Catchers, and he'll be talking about some of the critters that are making their way into our homes this summer, and because of the rain and everything, and how he can help get rid of them. Also, J.R. Kramer with Remark Landscape Architecture, Sharon Campbell with Backyard Retreats, and we also have a special guest, Jack Waybor with Carolina Pitmasters Barbecue Cooking School. And Jack Waybor, he's a local fella. He from Somerville, and he is making his national television debut on Barbecue Pitmasters tomorrow evening on the Destination America channel. And so Barbecue Pitmasters is a reality TV show that focuses on competitive barbecue cooks, and he'll be making his debut 9 p.m. tomorrow evening on Destination America channel. And also Jack Waybor will be making an appearance at the Custom Home and Remodel Show coming up August 16th through the 18th. He'll be offering free grilling demonstrations on Saturday and Sunday during the show, and so you don't want to miss that. And come meet Jack Waybor, TV's Barbecue Pitmaster, at the Custom Home and Remodel Show on Saturday and Sunday, August 17th and 18th. Hope you have a great weekend and enjoy today's show. I want to thank you for listening to Talking About a home show on the radio. Today's radio show is coming to you from 84 Lumber in Mount Pleasant, located at 704 Johnny Dodds Boulevard. And 84 Lumber is one of the sponsors of the Custom Home and Remodel Show, which is coming up August 16th through the 18th at the Citadel's Johnson Haygood Stadium. And we're visiting all of our sponsors over the last few weeks, and a couple more weeks coming up before the home show. And now we're talking with Kenny Sang with 84 Lumber. How you doing, Kenny?
Good. How are you today?
Good. Kenny, tell everybody about 84 Lumber.
Basically, they've been around since 1956. Been in this area over 25 years now. Basically, we can sell the whole package. We've got, from start to finish on your project, so we can do anything you need.
And when I first moved to Charleston in 1990, I lived over here in Mount Pleasant, and 84 Lumber, you guys were the only guys in town, right? There were no big box stores. The Lowe's, the Home Depots weren't around here in the Charleston area.
Yep, they've been around for a while. They've done well. So we've got about 225 stores all around the pretty much in the northeast, southeast, stuff like that. Not really over in the West yet, but they've been around for a while. So.
Right. And back in those days, 84 Lumber, that was the place you came to if you were building a deck or building a house. You all sold lumber. That was what you specialized in, and of course, that's what you still specialize in. But 84 Lumber, you folks have really expanded your product lines, and 84 Lumber sells much more than just building materials, right?
Yeah, basically we can go from your foundation all the way up to finishing the interiors. Basically, we have your basic lumber for your houses, decks, windows, doors. On those lines, I've got 4 or 5 different vendors on those lines where you can go cheap or you can go expensive. Basically, whatever you want to there. Doors are the same. You can go anywhere from your steel to your fiberglass, fir, mahogany, whatever you want, glass, no glass. Other than that, I can do hardy plank siding, vinyl siding. On your interiors, we do interior doors, trim, kitchen cabinets, any kind of crown mold you want. We can do lock sets. We can do your door hardware. We can do, your toiletries. Anything you want to do, we can basically do it here at 84.
Sounds like if you happen to be building a house, you could come to 84 Lumber and buy everything you would need under roofing material.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do that
even
too.
under one roof. Then
Oh yeah.
everything in a house. Wow.
The only thing that I lack is on your plumbing. If you would go to do that and the electrical, I can do your lighting, but I don't sell the wire or the plumbing. The plumbing supplies for that, but I could get you your plumbing, your fixtures and your lighting fixtures and stuff like that.
The faucets and the shower heads and everything like that. What about flooring?
Oh yeah, we've got hardwood floorings, we've got laminate floorings. You can go from your engineered all the way up to your oak hardwood. So we've got any kind of line you want in that, and I've also got displays, and I'm pretty price competitive on that. Also, we can do non-finished and pre-finished in both.
I'm looking around your showroom now, and what are some of the we've got a window and door display right here. What are some of the brands of windows and doors that 84 Lumber sells?
I carry a Jeld-Wen window and a Jeld-Wen door, and also I have the Anderson products. I have Silverline, M&W, all those lines. Those are my 4 main sellers that we sell here. Your vinyl windows are your Silverline, and your custom windows are Jeld-Wen, Anderson, and all those. So
Gotcha.
you can basically do from vinyl to your custom clads. So.
Okay. Now, just continue. I'm just kind of looking around your showroom. I see you've got exterior shutters, and the code changes just went into effect July 1st, requiring you have to have either not just pre-cut plywood at a minimum, but also the bolts installed on the window trim of your windows. And a lot of people don't go for they don't opt for that. They opt for actual hurricane-proof shutters. And 84 Lumber has those too.
Oh yeah, we have access to get those. We can order those for you. I've got 2 different vendors that I use on those, and we can get you basically any color you want and any style that you want. There's many different styles that you can do on that also. So, and you can fit every need that you want on that also.
Interior doors.
Yeah, there's all kinds of interior doors you can do, and I can get you basically anything you want to on that also. 6'8", 8-footers. So.
Good deal. Pocket doors.
Pocket doors. We got your regular slab pocket doors. We got anything you can do there. Bifolds, by hinge.
Entry door hardware.
Yeah, I've got a real good vendor there, M-Tech. They have a wide selection of basically anything you want there, and then they also have the knobs and everything else to match with your doors, and they can do your fixtures and everything like that. So it's pretty neat thing they've got there. So
we're also right next to a kitchen cabinet display.
yeah, cabinets. I've got 3 good vendors on that. I can do a Aristocraft, I can do a Kemper, and I can do a Timberlake. Those are 3 real price competitive things there. The good thing about Timberlake, you can go really low and you can go really high end. So it's basically whatever the customer wants on that. The Aristocraft is kind of the lower, and then it can go mid grade. And then I've got a Kemper that's actually it's a it's a mid grade all the way up to very, very expensive grade. So I mean, you can in the cabinets, you've got all the different options and all the different hardwares and all the different pulls, drawers. They can basically do anything you want on the cabinets. So I've got a full design center that can design it for you, do the layouts, show you everything that you need done there. We can figure everything up for you and give you a good price.
I'm going to stump you on one of these. Countertops.
Countertops?
84 Lumber. You don't
yeah,
do countertops.
I've actually
do you?
got a local guy here that does the countertops, and I can do the Formica or whatever you want there in that. And I also have the oh my goodness,
Granite?
We got the granite and the Corian and the all those also. I've got actually a local vendor here that does that. That'll give you a lifetime warranty on those.
Wow.
So.
Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned flooring before, different types of
Yep,
flooring.
we've got all the different types of flooring, and then we could do also staircases to match it, your stair parts and stair pieces to do that with. We can do that also. So basically do anything you need.
Wow, that's impressive. And what are some of the other things that people might not know about 84 Lumber?
We can do on the exterior. We can do your decks. We can do your mini barns. We can do sheds. We can do garages. We can do pole barns. We can do any of those packages. We can do. We also offer those in our system to where if you wanted a price on a pole barn, garage, or anything like that, a gazebo, we can price those out real quick for you in our system, or we can actually design and figure one up for you. Our guys at the office can actually give you blueprints on that, and then you just have to get them approved here. But it's basically a drawing, and they cost absolutely hardly nothing to get. So,
Does 84 Lumber still offer like plans for?
Oh yeah, and the house packages and stuff like that. And they've also got an enhanced version now to where it's actually they show the more houses, more things that they can do, more options. So, but yeah, they can give you the plans.
Because I can recall several years ago we bought a house and it did not have a garage, and so came to 84 Lumber. You folks had all of you had house plans for different style garages, and it came with a material list, and so I was able to kind of just look at that, and you all delivered all the materials that were needed for that garage. So it wasn't, there was no guesswork or having to do anything like that.
Yep, it was pretty good project there. So.
What are some of having been here in Mount Pleasant for so long, 84 Lumber, you folks must have a lot of loyal customers that you've seen over the years. What keeps them coming back? What do they tell you that they love about 84 Lumber?
Well, the thing about 84 is we've got the knowledgeable associates up front, and I also have the knowledgeable sales guys in the back that can actually help you through the whole project. You're not going to each different station and trying to talk to an individual or somebody else on everything. The guys that I have are very knowledgeable on everything, and they can show you the project or the products and illustrate everything for you. We carry everything with the warranties and stuff like that, and the vendors that back us to where if you have a problem, then it's solved through there. But basically, our associate can take you through the whole project, and you wouldn't have to worry about having 2 or 3 people with you on your project, and he can show you all the different materials and lead the right direction in it, and it just helps to, and we also have competitive pricing. So
I was going to ask you about that because I think some of the big box stores have done a really good job of convincing consumers that they've got the cheapest prices because they're a chain and there's so many outlets and they do a lot of advertising. How do 84 Lumber's prices compare to some of the big box home improvement stores?
It depends on the product that they want. I mean, sometimes they can beat us on certain things, but they might not have the warranty, and it might not be the same product. But any product usually anybody can get, I can usually compare or beat them. So I mean, I'm pretty price competitive with anybody usually.
Good deal. Well, tell everybody how they can get in touch with 84 Lumber.
They can go to 84lumber.com, and then or they can call at 884-8431, or they can come and see us at 704 Johnny Dodds Boulevard, right there off 17.
All right. Well, we have been talking with Kenny Sang with 84 Lumber, and we're very proud to have 84 Lumber on board as one of the sponsors of the Custom Home and Remodel Show coming up August 16th through the 18th. Thank you, Kenny.
All right, thank you.
If you're just joining us, I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and today's radio show is coming to you from 84 Lumber in Mount Pleasant. And 84 Lumber is one of the sponsors of the Custom Home and Remodel Show coming up August 16th through the 18th at the Citadel's Johnson Haygood Stadium. And now we're talking with Brad Hilfrink with Creature Catchers. How you doing, Brad?
Good, Tim. How you been?
Good, good. Brad, tell everybody about Creature Catchers.
Well, Creature Catchers is a locally owned and family-operated business here in Charleston. What we do is wildlife rescue and relocation. We also critter-proof people's homes. So basically when people have a critter problem, they call us and we come out and solve them.
What are some of the critters that people call creature catchers for?
Well, Tim, it's everything in Charleston. We got so many. The most common, raccoons, rats, possums, bats. Do a lot of bats in the off season. They're pretty popular in Charleston. Just about anything, wildlife related is what we do. We don't do bugs. We don't spray for insects or anything like that. Everything we do is humanely caught and relocated.
Gotcha. What about alligators, snakes, that kind of thing?
One of my favorites, actually. I'm a reptile enthusiast, Tim, and the snakes are my favorite jobs. We do quite a bit of them. Everything from rattlesnakes and just black snakes, corn snakes. We do them all. Alligators, we do alligators, but we don't do a whole lot of them. Laws in South Carolina prohibit messing with an alligator unless it's actually deemed dangerous and a nuisance.
Gotcha. So when you do alligators, are you getting in there like they do on the cable TV shows? And wrestling them
we don't hook them. We just catch them. We just rope them up, and that's exactly what we do. It takes manpower, weight. You just got to hold them down and tie up their jaws, and hopefully nobody gets hurt in the process, right?
Right. So are you kind of Charleston's own version of Turtle Man? Do you watch that show?
I don't know about Turtle Man. I think I got a few more teeth than he does.
That's good.
But, yeah, I'm a hands-on guy. We do traps and hand catching. Like I said, we don't do any lethal trapping. We don't do anything that is harmful, no chemicals or poisons at all.
Now, I heard a story yesterday that over in West Ashley, some homeowners were having trouble with wild boars, and the homeowner had told me that she had contracted with some people. I don't know if it was an organization or a company, but they would trap them and then come and kill the boar and then slaughter it for meat and so forth. But you wouldn't be doing that, right? You'd be
we don't. Well, no, boars are kind of a different situation. It's non-indigenous. It's not supposed to be here. They cause an amazing amount of damage. What we would do is train the homeowner and change the land so that the boars didn't like it anymore. These are wild animals. They're very easily trained. If you can go to your house, like people who have deer problems, we can go in and make the deer just not like your house anymore, not like your property. And then eventually they just kind of stay away. Boars, you can do the same thing. It's a lot more challenging. It really is. It's, the law states you're just supposed to kill them all. Most companies donate the meat just because it's edible.
Right. Are there certain problems that homeowners experience on a seasonal basis? Like here we are in summer. Are there certain issues that homeowners that you're getting calls at Creature Catchers for right now?
Sure. Right now snakes are big. They're moving, they're breeding, they're hunting. It's their time of the year. So we do a lot of snakes right now. It's something for people worth paying attention to this time of year. The animals are moving a lot.
What should they pay attention to?
Just where you're walking, what you're doing. If you're walking in the woods, have a walking stick and beat the ground as you go. The vibrations make the animals run. It works with alligators, lizards, just about all reptiles. Even raccoons or possums. If you're beating on the ground when you walk, they run and they get out of your way, and that's always the best.
Now, we've had a couple of snakes show up on our front and back porch in the past. Do any of these snakes make their way into people's houses?
Well, they can. If you have a rodent problem, chances are you're going to have a snake problem because that's where the snakes go. Situations like what we did for you out there, we put a preventative maintenance situation down. We go around the house and put down repellents, make the snakes not like it. If you can critter-proof your house, you can remove the rodents. When you remove the rodents, you're going to remove the snakes. It's just a food chain thing. And then you can use repellents and keep them away. As you well know, we keep homes under warranty and we make sure the problem goes away.
You've told me before about homeowners who have tried to solve some of these critter problems themselves, and they finally, after several attempts and not being able to get rid of these critters, they'll call creature catchers. But when you talk to them, they'll say, "Oh yeah, we've had rats, but I put some poison down." And what do you say to a homeowner when they tell you that?
As soon as I hear they got poison, I ask where it's at, and we get it picked up. All poison does is put dead animals in your walls. It's not leaving them outside. What we do, we critter-proof the house. We catch any that were locked inside. And then we teach you, the homeowner, how to deal with your yard in a way that the animals just don't want to be around. We put our homes under a warranty for 1 year for a reason, and that's because it takes a few months for these animals to give up on your home. They'll continually chew on your home once they've gotten inside. So, it's a process to get through it, But we, like I said, we warrant our homes and we stand behind it, and we solve problems. We don't maintain them.
Mm-hmm. Do you re-release the rats that you catch in people's houses?
Rats are a little tricky. It's actually illegal to relocate a rat. So what I have to do is have someone give me permission to release it on their property, and nobody does that. So if you want them caught alive, what we do is we catch them and we release them in your yard. Even in your yard, they're harmless if they can't get inside. A couple of repellents, and then we can make them leave, completely. Most people just prefer that we do catch a rat in a regular trap.
Now, in the wintertime, it seems like squirrels and rats, mice, they seek shelter from the cold. And so in the summertime, do people have any problems with rats or mice in their house?
A lot of people think that the animals only come in the winter, and it's a myth. What happens is you don't hear them as much in the summer, in the heat, because they move from the attics into your soffits. They move into fireplaces. They move to the edge of the room, so you don't hear them as much running around. Then, of course, when it starts to get cool, the animals get active, and you start hearing them again in your attic. So once they're there year-round. But as far as calls to the company, it's always busier in the winter. Everything's cold.
What about, I think you told me a story one time about a homeowner out in Isle of Palms that had all of their ductwork boxed in underneath their house, I think, and they started smelling this horrible odor.
Yeah.
And it's kind of back to the poisoning thing, or a rat had maybe died, and it was. Didn't you tell me it was just a really bad experience? Either you had to tear out the.
Tim, it happens a lot. People don't realize how long they've had the animal, and by the time you realize it and you call someone and get them out there, sometimes the damage is already done. Your insulation is destroyed. It's full of all types of bacteria, and it's just a bad thing. You can get an entire home to start having a funny smell just by an animal being in there for a couple months. So a lot of people who's had them, for years and just don't know it until they see one day. Yeah, we do quite a bit of that. We do a lot of cleanup. We tear out a lot of walls. We tear out a lot of insulation.
Wow. What does it typically cost? Can you give me a ballpark idea? Is it thousands of dollars?
Not really. Not really. It's hard to say. Every house is different. We have flat trapping fees, $225, and we get rid of all the animals. It's like a 7 to 10 day process, but we get rid of all the animals. As far as critter proofing a home, I've had homes that are $10 million and cost $400 to critter proof, and I've had homes at $100,000 that cost $4,000. I mean, it really, the range is incredible.
And how do
On
you
the-
critter proof?
Any hole that I can stick my finger in. If it's half an inch or larger, we seal it up with either a vented material or a non-vented material, depending on the location of the home.
Gotcha. What about bees?
We do a lot of bees. We do not destroy bees. We do bees a little differently. We do evictions. We actually kick them out and we relocate them. Depending on the size of the hive, we can actually have companies come in and take them for, like fertilizing crops, or where they're actually used by beekeepers and their honey is extracted. But for the most part, we just kick them out and back into Mother Nature.
Gotcha. Well, tell everybody how they can get in touch with Creature Catchers.
Well, the best way to do it is to just call me on my phone. It's 843-205-0551. Now, we are on the internet. We have a little website at peacefulpestcontrol.com. And those are the two best ways to get a hold of us.
And Brad, you've been known at Creature Catchers to, if a homeowner calls you on the weekend, to even, if they have a problem that can't wait, to
Absolutely. Tim, these critters don't take time off. They don't take holidays and weekends. So we're one of the few companies in Charleston that answers our phone all the time.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we have been talking with Brad Hillfrank with Creature Catchers. Thanks so much, Brad.
Thank you, Tim. Have a good day.
If you're just joining us, I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and today's radio show is coming to you from 84 Lumber in Mount Pleasant. And 84 Lumber is one of the sponsors of the Custom Home and Remodel Show, coming up August 16th through the 18th at the Citadel's Johnson Haygood Stadium. And now we're talking with J.R. Kramer with Remark Landscape Architecture. How you doing, J.R.?
Doing great, Tim. Thank you for having me.
Good. J.R., tell everybody about Remark Landscape Architecture.
Yeah, Remark, we're a full-service landscape architecture firm. So, in essence, we just do the design. We're not actually out there physically doing the work. It's my wife and I. We started our firm in 2007. We do have one employee now, so we've grown a little bit. So what we do is we take your ideas and design them for what you're looking for. We take your vision and make it happen on paper.
Gotcha. And so but a landscape architect, you're dealing with the outside of someone's house, not the actual structure of the house?
Yeah, we're designing your outdoor environment, and what we do is we try to look at what you have going on in your house aesthetically, architecturally, and to make that where we're merging your inside and outdoor environment together and try to create this seamless environment.
Gotcha. Because some people have an idea. Do you have customers that have an idea of what they would like to see in their backyard, but they don't know how to put the pieces of the puzzle together?
Yes, I mean, with Pinterest and House and a lot of these websites, people gather these ideas and they show us, and we're like, okay. So we take those ideas and then we generate some concept sketches to try to really think about. Number one is also budget too. People have these ideas and they show us a lot of things, and then they give us the budget, and sometimes they don't always match. But what we try to do is think of alternatives or some cost-saving measures to give them the essence of what they're looking for, and to also fit that into their budget.
Gotcha. And is it just plantings that you're helping a homeowner decide where they will go, or are there other aspects?
There's a lot of aspects, and it's depending on where they're at in the phase. If they're building a new house, I always say the first thing they should hire is a landscape architect, even prior to a building architect, because we can help site the house properly. That way we're looking at hydrology, the ecology, saving trees, which trees maybe should go. And then sometimes we're looking at homeowners as they've been there 20 years. We've been here, we haven't done a thing. We have a clean slate to work with. Show us what can happen, including driveway, hardscape, plantings, shade structures, fire pits, outdoor kitchens, things like that.
What if a homeowner said, my kids are crazy about zip lines. They want a zip line in the backyard. Would that fall under the scope of a landscape architect?
Most definitely. We've done a few of those recently, and we have a project we're working on now in Daniel Island. It's going to have a zip line as well. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about the homeowner says we want to have a swimming pool. We're going to put a swimming pool in eventually, but not right now. But we want to plan for it so that it's not going to be a problem when we're ready to do that.
Yeah, we do a lot of that. Just recently on Daniel Island, we've had 2 or 3 houses we worked with where homeowner wasn't sure whether they did or didn't want to do the swimming pool, so we went ahead and just incorporated that into the design to show how it all could work together.
I've always heard that that there's a science to what plants should go where, because homeowners sometimes will plant the wrong plant in the wrong spot, and then all of a sudden it starts to grow and becomes a nuisance, and they're having to cut back limbs and so forth. Have you experienced that kind of thing at Remark Landscape Architecture?
Oh, yeah, yes, we have. And we look at the microclimate, so that way we get the right plant for the right place. And also just thinking about, as an environment grows and changes, maybe you have a sun-loving environment today, but in 5 years as trees starting to grow, things will get shaded out. So we try to look at plants in that aspect of how they evolve over time.
Gotcha. And we've had a lot of rain. There's probably some listeners out there who have had some flooding in their backyard, standing water, and so forth. How could Remark Landscape Architecture help a homeowner with that kind of a situation?
Yeah, this is something we incorporate in almost every project we work on. We really look at the hydrology. We incorporate rain gardens and bioswales and really think about how we can keep the backyards dry but still think about aesthetics at the same time. So we try to incorporate those features amongst the landscaping so it's a seamless design, not just a lot of, like commercial projects, you'll see a detention pond. You don't want a detention pond in your backyard. You want an aesthetically pleasing feature. And so that's what we really work hard, and we've done a good job, I think, over the years of incorporating those type of features in the landscape.
Gotcha. What's the, you have, maybe somebody has a landscape maintenance company that comes around and cuts the hedges and cuts the grass and so forth, and the homeowner might ask them for some advice about where would I put if I wanted to have a pathway or a fire pit or something. What's the difference between that kind of advice versus advice they would get from a landscape architect at Remark Landscape Architecture?
As landscape architects, we're trained in a lot of different areas, from architecture to ecology to art to horticulture, and so we have a 5-year degree, and so we study all these things in our daily life almost. With all the conferences that we go to, continuing education, the books that we read, life experiences through design. I mean, as landscape architects, we're trained to do a little downtown garden all the way up to city planning. So we just don't focus on like little pathways or things. We can do all that, but I think our training really makes us in tune to look at the big picture and how to make things happen and how things work aesthetically and as far as functionally for clients.
I've worked with a residential architect in the past, and whenever I've talked to architects, they've always said, we will save you money by having us involved, because we can do things that you might not have thought of. And is that the same kind of thing with a landscape architect? Because there's something that might stop someone from pursuing an architect or a landscape architect is the upfront fee, and they may not understand the complete value that they're getting by working with a landscape architect. But have you had any of your customers who've told you how if they hadn't worked with Remark Landscape Architecture, we would have never had this kind of design, or we would have spent more on the project?
It happens all the time, because a lot of times people would think about maybe going the design build route or just and because it's that upfront fee. Sometimes people don't that investment. What are they going to get for that investment? They know they get drawings and plans, but in the end, after we really talk through them and walk through the process, they realize there is a great value in this. And I am working with a client right now where they didn't go that route at the beginning, and we're having to redo their entire landscaping because there was a lot of serious issues and things that weren't thought through. And she said, she goes, I really wish I would have had you at the very beginning, and now we're having to redo everything.
Right.
So it's unfortunate in that case.
And most people will, whatever house that they happen to be in, it may not be their final house that they own, and so they're going to put that house up for sale at some point. And I would guess that having a backyard that is designed by a landscape architect is going to be a lot more attractive. You might be able to command a greater price for that house because the backyard, the landscape was designed by a landscape architect.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because not just because I'm a landscape architect, but when you walk into a space, you can get a feeling. So if you feel that when you go into a backyard, what is a potential buyer going to feel? And they're going to say, there's a reason why. And it's because it was designed by a landscape architect, just as you would have a house designed by an architect. You could tell the difference.
So it's really an investment, and that they'll certainly get back that investment of working with a landscape architect when they sell their house. But the beauty of it is you're able to. It's hard to put a price tag on all those years of enjoyment that you're going to get by having a well-designed backyard.
Oh, most definitely. And I tell people all the time that we're not about just a project. We're about building a relationship with that client. So even if they're in the house for years, they can always call us up and have a question on something, have us come out and look at something. Maybe something's not working the way they thought it would. It's that we're always there for them, provide that customer service even years down the road.
Well, how can folks get in touch with Remark Landscape Architecture?
They can go to our website, www.remarkstudiolc.com, or call us at the office, 843-746-9573.
And you've got examples of projects on your website people can look at?
We do. We have about, I think, well over 30 projects on our website right now.
Good deal. All right. Well, we have been talking with J.R. Kramer with Remark Landscape Architecture. Thanks so much, J.R.
Thank you.
If you're just joining us, I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and today's radio show is coming to you from 84 Lumber, located at 704 Johnny Dunn's Boulevard in Mount Pleasant, and we're very proud to have 84 Lumber on board as one of the sponsors of the Custom Home and Remodel Show coming up August 16th through the 18th at the Citadel's Johnson Haygood Stadium. And one of the vendors that you'll see at the Custom Home and Remodel Show is Sharon Campbell with Backyard Retreats. How you doing, Sharon?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Tim.
Good. Sharon, tell everybody about Backyard Retreats.
Backyard Retreats has been in business. We've been there over 17 years. We do lots of outdoor furniture. We do custom cushions. We like to consider ourselves not just an outdoor furniture store, but a unique outdoor boutique. We have lots of beautiful pillows. We have outdoor rugs, just lots of things. We can design your area. We can coordinate your colors, your looks, and that is what we pride ourselves in, is our custom service.
Gotcha. There are people who have bought patio furniture in the past, and with Charleston's humid climate, the salty air, they find after a couple years that the patio furniture that they bought isn't standing up. It might do just fine in the Midwest or something, but here along the coast, it doesn't, and so they're having to replace it sooner than they should. How do you respond to something like that?
Well, my first reaction to that is quality makes a difference. American-made products are great because the manufacturers can stand behind what they actually sell. They can take care of any warranty issues that you might have. They also make great products because the aluminum is much better, and the screws are usually stainless steel. The welding joints are thicker and better. It's not something that's just disposable.
Right, and Backyard Retreats, you folks have sold a lot of outdoor furniture, for example, a lot of outdoor items to people who live on Isle of Palms and Sullivan's Island, and right there on the beach. And sometimes these are second homes. When a homeowner shows up to enjoy their second home, they want the stuff to work. They want it to not be corroding and have problems that they have to deal with.
Correct. They want ease of maintenance. That is the luxury of being able to, have a second home and come to it. You don't want to have to just be cleaning and always shopping for, outdoor and things like that. You want something that's going to last. And the one thing about our furniture is we try to sit down with the customer and we talk to them about what kind of use it's going to get, where it's going to be located, how it's going to be used. So that way we can meet their needs. We can give them the furniture that, if it's right on the beachfront, something that's going to take the salt air. Even though I tell customers all the time, in the whole Charleston area, we really have a lot of salt air in the air. You can, you see it on your cars, you see it everywhere. So it's very important for the maintenance to be ease of maintenance. And
what are some of the things that homeowners should look for if they're shopping for outdoor furniture? Like if they if the outdoor furniture is made out of steel, what's going to happen here in the Charleston area?
Well, first of all, steel is not, the iron furniture is not the best furniture for this area because, as we all know, steel and iron will rust. If it gets a little nick on it, it rusts. What I always recommend for people with that type of look, if they want that look, they go to a cast aluminum. The cast aluminum is a solid aluminum to where it's solid, it's not tubular, so it doesn't have the hollow parts to it. But also in the tubular aluminum, you look for reinforcements in the arms, in the curves, and so forth, so that it does give it that integral structure that you want to have when you sit in that chair, so it doesn't break and it doesn't, give you a lot of maintenance problems.
With fall is right around the corner, what are you talking to homeowners about for the upcoming season?
Well, of course, we're all excited about our fire pits and our fire pit tables. We have some beautiful tables that come in many, many finishes that have the glass beads in them and the stones in them to where they are run on propane. They also have a top that goes on them that covers that up when you're not using the fireplace, so you can use it as a table. We also have beautiful fire pits that are very heavy. They're going to last. They're for the real wood people that like to burn the real, true wood, and they're going to last. There's several different designs of those, and we're real excited about having those in our line now.
Gotcha. Now the fire pit table that you mentioned, will that warm people? Does it give off heat?
It does. It
It's not
does.
just decorative?
It's not just decorative. It has a beautiful flame to it, and it's not going to heat your room like some of our great outdoor heaters do, but it is going to give you the ambience of the fire and of the warmth just generated off of those stones.
Now, Sharon, Backyard Retreats is part of the Outdoor Living Experience, which is a special exhibit that we'll have at the Custom Home and Remodel Show. And are you able to give us any hints at what people will see when they visit the Outdoor Living Experience from Backyard Retreats?
Well, we're going to kind of have that as a surprise, but I'll tell you right up front, they're going to see lots of color. We are, we're going to be exhibiting lots of the new colors that's out for the fall season and the winter season and things, and the next spring season. So just look for beautiful pillows and lots of beautiful outdoor rugs, too. We have a great selection of those. So just come by and see us.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the Outdoor Living Experience is homeowners will be experiencing a series of outdoor rooms that are finished, and so it's not just rows of furniture or something like that. Everything is set up and nicely designed, and so that people can envision what one of these outdoor rooms would look like in their own backyard.
That's correct. And they can also talk to the people there and get ideas and design their own look for what they want in their backyard.
Right. Now, we've focused a lot on outdoor furniture, but Backyard Retreats is not just an outdoor furniture store, right?
We are not. Customer service is so important to us. We do pool tables, outdoor pool tables. We, like I say, we do
pool tables.
outdoor pool tables.
What's the difference between an outdoor pool table and an indoor one?
Well, your outdoor pool tables are going to be made out of aluminum, and they're going to take the salt air and things. And as you know, we have many homes on the islands and on the water, and even in lots of the low country, as we call it, that are up high. They have a underneath that they don't do a lot with. They can't do because of codes. So pool tables can be put under there. They can be used right outside, and that way they have another area. They can make an extension of their home by doing that.
Interesting, yeah. And you mentioned the custom work that Backyard Retreats does. So if someone wanted, if they had their own material, they could bring it to Backyard Retreats, and you folks could custom make some pillows or that kind of thing?
Most certainly. We do a lot of custom work. We have access to lots of fabrics to help a customer select a fabric. We also do outdoor draperies. We do custom cushions for replacements on their furniture, accent pillows. There's just lots of things that we do custom.
Gotcha. Does Backyard Retreats, do you folks still do spas also?
We do.
You do?
We carry the line Artesian Spas. We have a lot of good customers from the past and in the present that buy from us because of our customer service and our great line of spas.
Gotcha. Well, tell everybody how they can get in touch with Backyard Retreats.
You can visit us at 554 Johnny Dodds Boulevard in Mount Pleasant. We're nestled right behind that colorful row of Adirondack chairs, right off of 17 there. And you can also call us at 843-856-0049. You can also email us and go on our website. Our website is www.backyardretreatsinc.com.
All right. Well, we have been talking with Sharon Campbell with Backyard Retreats. And come see Backyard Retreats at the Custom Home and Remodel Show coming up August 16th through the 18th at the Citadel's Johnson Haygood Stadium. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Tim.
If you're just joining us, I'm Tim Barkley with Charleston Home and Design Magazine. And today's radio show is coming to you from 84 Lumber. And 84 Lumber, we're very proud to have on board as one of the sponsors of the Custom Home and Remodel Show coming up August 16th through the 18th at the Citadel's Johnson Haygood Stadium. And one of the special features that we have at the Custom Home and Remodel Show will be free grilling demonstrations conducted by TV's barbecue pitmaster Jack Waybor. And joining us now is Jack Waybor. How you doing, Jack?
Hello, Tim. It's good to see you. I'm doing wonderful.
Good. Well, Jack, first of all, thank you so much for agreeing to do these free grilling demonstrations both Saturday and Sunday, August 17th and 18th at the stadium. So thank you very much for that.
I'm excited about it, Tim.
Us too. Now, Jack, tomorrow night you will be appearing, making your national television debut on Barbecue Pitmasters, the cable TV reality show that focuses in on grillers, competitive grillers across the nation, and I love the show. We were lucky enough to have one of the Barbecue Pitmaster contestants last year at the 2012 Custom Home and Remodel Show, Solomon Williams with Carolina Pitmasters, and we're just thrilled to have another Barbecue Pitmaster. And your episode that you appear on will be airing tomorrow night, Sunday, June 28th. First of all, tell us about your background and how you got chosen to be on Barbecue Pitmasters, and then we'll talk about the experience of being on the show Barbecue Pitmasters.
I've been involved in barbecue probably about 20 years, Tim. I've really done a lot of research on Charleston, the Low Country, and the birthplace of American barbecue. The birthplace of American barbecue is considered the Low Country of South Carolina. When the when the settlers from Spain first came over, they actually settled off the islands of South Carolina down around the Hilton Head area, and they were the first ones to bring hogs into the new world, into America. When they got here, they saw the locals more or less grilling, open pit grilling, game and seafood and things that they had caught over an open pit. Subsequent voyages, when they brought hogs together, well, they went ahead and put some hogs on an open pit, and lo and behold, Whole Hog Barbecue was born. Whole Hog Barbecue, of course, is the king of all barbecues, and I became very interested in what that's about the history and the traditions and the spices and the flavors that go along with barbecue. I studied those under the pitmasters, the local pitmasters here, and really, I'm all about training and teaching. I have a Carolina Pitmasters Barbecue Cooking School, and we're all about making sure that we have the heritage of barbecue covered, that we're passing on those traditions, but we're applying new age techniques to it. There's you're not grilling or smoking hogs over top of open pits anymore. There's a lot of new kind of vessels and a lot of new cooking techniques. So I like to go ahead and use those new cooking techniques, applying the old school techniques to new style stuff.
Gotcha. So you've become an expert. What are some of the competitions that you've won over the years?
We've won actually 3 state championships. We won the KCBS championship in Lawrence. We've won the prestigious Palmetto here in Charleston. We've won the South Carolina Best of the Best. All of those are great contests where we've got 10 grand championships under our belt, 13 grand championships total if you count all the crazy things that we've done. We've done chili and we've done spice contest. The Knorr recipe contest was a championship that we actually won. So we're very well versed. I cook under a team called Common Interest, and it's the team is called Common Interest Competition Cooking Team, not called Common Interest Barbecue Championship Team. So we're very well versed. We do a lot of different things. We cook chili, we cook stews, we cook soups, we cook just about anything you can think of as far as a competition goes. But our main focus is in barbecue because, well, barbecue competitions are a lot of fun.
Gotcha. So over the years, you've gained a great reputation. And how did Barbecue Pitmasters, the TV reality show, how did they reach out to you and find you? Tell us that story.
My friend Michael McDearman, who cooks for the American Beef Checkoff, got in touch with me and asked me if I was interested in doing Barbecue Pitmasters. They, of course, advertise, casting calls across all the boards and different internet sites. And he asked me if I was interested in partnering up. And of course, we felt as though it was an opportunity for us to position well into the barbecue competition game. The brand is fantastic. We branded ourselves as traditional, authentic American barbecuers. And we're really excited. You have to do a demonstration video, an audition. You send your audition into Destination America, and they go ahead and, I guess, weed through all the stuff. You have to be personable. You have to have something a little bit different. You have to be noticeable, and of course, you have to be outgoing in your auditions. And that's pretty much what we did.
Gotcha. So you getting on Barbecue Pitmasters. Where was the episode taped?
We went to Bixby, Oklahoma. We went to the Bixby Barbecue and Blues Festival, which is suburbia Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And we're not going to give away. I know Destination America Channel has told you there's a lot of confidentiality agreements, and we're not going to give away who won tomorrow's episode or anything like that. But suffice to say, just to be invited to be on Barbecue Pitmasters is a huge honor and great exposure. And I'm as we're speaking, I'm looking at the shirt, I guess, that the chef shirt that Barbecue Pitmasters provides you, and it's black. You've got Carolina Pitmasters Barbecue Cooking School on one side, and then your name, Jack Waybor, on the other. And the Carolina Pitmasters Barbecue Cooking School, that's your cooking school where you teach people who want to become competitive barbecue cooks?
Actually, it's a little bit of both. If you want to become a competitive barbecue cook, we teach all 5 categories of competition barbecue, which is to say chicken, ribs, Boston butt, brisket, and, of course, the king daddy of them all, whole hog. The Kansas City Barbecue Society only has 4 of those categories. They don't do whole hog generally in the Kansas City Barbecue Society, but there is a lot of whole hog competitions here in South Carolina, so we like to be able to teach that as well. We put you into a competition environment. It's a 2-day class. It starts early in the morning on Friday morning, where we talk about meat selections and how to make sure you're buying the right stuff, meat preparation. Then, of course, we cook meat all night long. And then Saturday, we actually get you into a live judging situation where we bring judges in from the Southern Barbecue Network, and they sit down and you just get to see how barbecue judging works, and you get to see the ins and outs and what that's all about, which is really the unique opportunity that Carolina Pitmasters does that most of the others don't. If you're interested in becoming a better barbecuer, the Friday night to Saturday excursion is certain. It's a great time. Being able to be part of the selection process and the cooking processes, and learning all about those things that make you a better barbecuer and make better barbecue are great for the backyard as well. Carolina Pitmasters is getting ready to put out what we call the Pitmaster Patio Edition, where we'll be actually teaching more backyard grilling and cooking.
And speaking of that, that's kind of what the theme of the free grilling demonstrations that will be going on at the Custom Home and Remodel Show on Saturday and Sunday, August 17th and 18th. And what you're going to be demonstrating during show hours, and you're going to be using a regular average backyard grill, a 4-burner grill with a side burner, and just so that the people who are watching know that you're not using a really specialized piece of equipment to show people that they wouldn't necessarily be able to replicate in their own backyard. You're using a regular grill, and kind of tell us about what people will see at the Custom Home and Remodel Show for the free grilling demonstrations.
We have a great lineup of food coming on. You're going to see food that's easily done, like you said, in the backyard. You can cook this food on a standard 1-burner gas grill if that's what you wanted to do. We wanted to keep it focused towards grilling and the grilling demonstrations. You can certainly see that you can apply the techniques that we're going to use into the longer cooks, but we're going to keep the cooks kind of short. We're going to be doing a lot of what I would call sustainable food. We're going to be trying to keep it towards Charleston and the Low Country kind of flavors that are here. It's going to be a great time. I'm not going to tip to you what exactly we're cooking. That's certainly the recipes and all that will be up on the website, but I really want you to go to the website and take a look at what's going on over there.
Gotcha. And that website is customhomeandremodelshow.com, customhomeandremodelshow.com. And once again, free grilling demonstrations with TV's barbecue pitmaster Jack Waybor at the Custom Home and Remodel Show. And the Custom Home and Remodel Show is going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, August 16th through the 18th. There's free admission on Friday, and then the free grilling demonstrations on Saturday and Sunday coming up. And this is a perfect time. The weather is about to get cooler, and people will be football season is just a few weeks away. People will be entertaining, having parties at home, as well as tailgating parties at the game. And so this is a great opportunity to come and walk away with some great recipes from Jack Waybor of TV's Barbecue Pitmaster. Now, Jack, how can folks get in touch with you regarding the Carolina Pitmasters Barbecue Cooking School?
Carolina Pitmasters Barbecue Cooking School is at www.carolinapitmasters.com, carolinapitmasters@gmail.com. Of course, you can like me on Facebook. The Carolina Pitmasters also has a Facebook page. Hit me direct at jackwaybor@gmail.com, and we'll send you all the information that you need.
All right, and Jack's last name is spelled Waiboer. Just do an internet search and you'll find that. Well, Jack, we're real excited, and thank you so much for taking time out today for today's interview. And everyone needs to come out and watch these free grilling demonstrations, because normally if you want to join Jack's cooking school, you're going to be paying a price for that. So this is a great opportunity to see and to see Jack and get some great tips from Jack. Once again, we've been speaking with Jack Waybor, making his television debut on Barbecue Pitmasters tomorrow evening on Destination America at 9 o'clock. Thanks so much, Jack.
Thanks. Come on out. We'd love to shake your hand and say thanks.
I'm talking about a home, talking about me and you, the things we'll do. I said a home. I'm not talking about a one-night stand. I want to be your man. I said a home.
You've been listening to Talking About a Home show on the radio. Talking About a Home is brought to you by the publishers of Charleston Home and Design magazine and the organizers of the Charleston Home and Design Show and the Custom Home and Remodel Show. To make contact with any of the companies featured today, visit newhomecharleston.com, Charleston's online home show, and home to over 200 local home-related companies motivated to work with you.